I have a plan for adding 11 million jobs, perhaps within 1 year, to give every American a good-paying job. I have a degree in economics and wrote a book on a proposed new economic system. There are 11 million unemployed in America for an unemployment rate of 7.2%. To achieve a 0% unemployment rate, we must do the following. Give Americans back the 3 million factory jobs offshore to communist China. Give Americans back the 4 million jobs lost from the economic meltdown. Create 2 million green jobs now. Create 2 million economic growth jobs now. I will prove that this can be done. Root cause. To solve America's economic problem, first we must fully understand what caused the problem. The free trade offshoring of over 3 million American jobs lost America's manufacturing base. The labor market supply-demand curve, in reaction to massive job losses, resulted in a decline in wages. Job loss and wage loss, together with rising living standards and balloon mortgage rates, meant America could no longer afford their mortgage payments, and thus the housing collapse. The housing collapse resulted in loss of consumer spending. This resulted in the loss of 3.6 million jobs from December 2007 to December 2008. Thus, the free trade offshoring of American jobs, together with balloon mortgage rates, lost over 6.6 million American jobs. In addition, Republican economics of cutting taxes on the super rich rather than helping the middle class has destroyed the middle class consumer base, thus destroying the economic engine of America. The solution to the root cause. Unregulated free trade capitalism is a failed economic system. It must be replaced with a new economic system that does work. I wrote a book on a proposed new economic system which is far superior to capitalism at promoting economic growth and is far superior to socialism at providing for the poor. It is a system of economic democracy where a national economic board elected by the people does macroeconomic planning to make sure that every American has a good-paying job. In the very least, America's trade policy must be run by the AFL-CIO and designed to give jobs to every American worker. Also, we must immediately end the $200 billion tax cut on the super rich and increase taxes on the super rich by another $200 billion. In 8 years' time, that is an extra $3.2 trillion to create jobs for every American worker. How to quickly add 11 million jobs? To quickly add 11 million jobs, we must do the following. Change consumer spending to finance factory jobs for American workers rather than financing communism and communist China. Quickly create millions of new factory jobs by creating consumer spending on American-made products. Use green technology to add massive wealth to America's economy. Add more wealth to America by terraforming America. 1. Change consumer spending to finance jobs in America. Either ban all imports from communist China or limit imports to be less than factory exports to communist China. Raise the import tax to 10% on all factory imports, 25% on all low-wage imports, and 100% on communist imports. Also, end all work visas until every American has a good-paying job. A Vietnam-era veteran with 8 years of college, a master's in computer science, and 26 years of IT experience should not be unemployed. These actions will give Americans back their 3 million jobs offshore to communist China. It will also help to give Americans back the 4 million jobs lost from the economic meltdown as a result of offshoring 3 million American jobs. Let me make this very clear. America's economic engine is broken because American consumer spending finances communist China rather than financing factory jobs in America. If America keeps leaking money to communist China, then our economic ship will sink. If we pour $1 trillion into our economy in the form of a bailout, but then half that leaks out as consumer spending on communist factory products, then we are hopelessly bailing water in a sinking ship. To economically survive, we must fix the leak and fix the leak now by banning all communist imports. 2. Create consumer spending to finance factory jobs in America. Invest $500 billion for loans and payments to generate consumer spending on green technology made in America. Sales tax on all factory products made in America must be 0% to pay Americans to buy products made in factories in America. Sales tax on all factory products made in communist China must be twice the normal rate to help reverse job offshoring. Provide 0% government loans for the purchase of hybrid cars and electric cars made in America. Set a national maximum interest rate on mortgages and credit cards to 10% so Americans can afford to pay off their bills and spend more money. This will give Americans back their 4 million lost jobs. Realize that interest rates on mortgages and credit cards is an economic tax on the poor and middle class. We need to cut economic taxes on the poor by having a maximum interest rate of 10%. 3. Quickly add great wealth to America through green technology and terraforming America. Provide $500 billion in government 0% loans to build green technology factories and distribute green technology in the form of an electric grid of solar panels and windmills. Note that the $500 billion are loans that get paid back and thus zero cost to taxpayers. We need to build new rail lines to cut transportation costs. Transforming America means changing the land to better support life and economic growth. For example, we might want to pipe fresh water from the mouth of the Mississippi River to drought areas in America to create billions of dollars more in food and biofuel production. 4. It will cost far more to not invest now. For every unemployed American, taxpayers must pay at least $20,000 a year in unemployment, food stamps, and welfare to save millions of American families from being homeless, foodless, and dead. If 11 million Americans are unemployed for 8 years, then that is a cost to taxpayers of $220 billion a year, or $1.76 trillion in 8 years. If those 11 million Americans are put back to work, we might expect an average salary of $35,000 a year and $10,000 a year in additional taxes collected. If the flow of money multiplier is, say, 2, then a $35,000 salary has a $70,000 effect on the economy. So putting 11 million Americans back to work could mean $6.16 trillion more in wealth in America. Investing $1 trillion now to save $3 trillion in taxes and create $6 trillion in national wealth is a very good investment. Do you want to help save America? Do you want America to add 11 million jobs and reach an unemployment rate of 0%? Then do the following. Tell others about this video. Tell members of the House and Senate about this video or ideas from this video. Go to the web pages www.house.gov and www.senate.gov. Thank you.